The bell sank when the carrier boat capsized and stayed underwater only to be salvaged and be back at its own place in 1923. Though being damaged at the lip, inscription of prayers around exterior surface can be well read. Shinsopu Pagoda, named after the donor Queen Shinsopu, who made renovation and gilded SHWEDAGON in the 15th century. The figure of an ogress with big eye teeth and carrying a heavy club, apparently to frighten people who approach the pagoda with an evil mind, is also a donation of the Mon Queen. This is to serve as a guardian to her good deeds. Dhammazzedi inscriptions note down all detailed facts about the history and the legend of the pagoda, and renovations made by kings in Pali, Mon, and Myanmar languages. Dr. Forchhammer, an archaeologist, unearthed the slabs partially buried in 1880. You can also see the wish-granting stones in the same pavilion. The suppliant lifts stone after bowing and saying, "May I lift the stone if my wish is granted?" Just an act to strengthen one's own spirit and to uplift downtrodden morals. Actually, they are not related to pagoda or Buddha. Friday Duties Association has its own pavilion donated by its members. The members carry out the religious activities and other necessary works on every Friday on the platform. The Friday Duties Association members today are reciting Buddhist literature before making general cleaning of SHWEDAGON platform with grass brooms. To keep maintained a lovely tradition of unity and nature, majority rejected modern way of noisy vacuum cleaners on the pagoda platform. A devotee showed me the hair relics well in a pavilion in front of the Northern Prayer Hall. The hairs of Buddha were washed in this well before being enshrined in SHWEDAGON Pagoda. Now a brick structure is encasing the well and covered with iron rods. He also showed me the way to the chamber housing the Buddha hair relics. It is locked and no one is allowed to get inside for inquisition, for devotion or whatsoever. This pavilion is dedicated to a monk of Pagan era. The monk practiced alchemy to acquire charms for wealth and made his fellow countrymen become very well off by his alchemic charms. This shrine is also widely acclaimed as one of the wish-fulfilling shrines for certain believers. But generally, there are always serious meditators in groups by the gold-covered image. Naundoji Pagoda, or Elder Pagoda, marks the place where Buddha's hair relics were placed before they were enshrined in SHWEDAGON. It was the model of SHWEDAGON before building the Great Pagoda. Some find a better place on the upper terrace for recluse to do meditation when SHWEDAGON is crowded. King Tayawadi's bell is 42 tons in weight and the biggest at SHWEDAGON. A list of donations and prayers are written around the outer surface of the bell. Young children who are slow to speak at their age are put under the bell so that they speak timely and are articulate. Such children and worried mothers are seen often at the bell. SHWEDAGON is always a place where people of different spiritual elevation gather around. Some seem much inclined to be animist, some inferior believers of Buddhism, some are traditional, some ordinary, but some are very serious devotees with a higher level of attainment. Thus the Great Pagoda is a place for elevation of spiritual attainment, a place for bodily coolness from worldly cravings in hot summer, in cold season, and also in rainy days. A worshipper, and even a little girl worshipper, cannot be hampered by crashing raindrops.